gosh, I haven't filmed a video in front of this pink wall in such a long time. I'm feeling like super nostalgic right now. I'm so excited for today's video because it's going to be a prepping slash planning for 2020 with me. I'm honestly so shook that 2020 is just around the corner. Like, where has the year and whole decade in general gone? Like, what the heck, we're almost at 2020, like wow. Since it's gonna be a new year, new decade, new, hopefully grown up, organized me, I thought this video would be like perfect because I'm just like getting a head start of like planning and organizing, because 2020 is the year that I'm gonna be organized and stick to my goals and actually achieve them. To keep me organized in 2020, I'll be using the Supre Foundation diary slash bullet journal. You guys know how much I love journaling and bullet journaling in particular. I actually started my very first bullet journal this year and I had so much fun doing it. This bullet journal is pretty much like a ready-made bullet journal, but there are pages at the end where you can make your own pages, whether that be like a vision board, TV shows that you want to watch, a bucket list, and then there are interactive pages on here as well. I will show you guys some examples. There's like a whole page on self-care. You guys know how much I am like addicted to self-care. I even did a self-care video. There's also a whole page for writing down your friends and family's birthdays. There's also a page where you can write down your values, write down your dreams as well. I've also got a page for a do more, do less. And then, oh my goodness, this is my absolute favorite page. One of my favorite things about keeping a bullet journal is having a mood tracker, because at the end of the year, it looks so colorful and it's so satisfying to me. And you actually have the power of choosing what color is going to represent each mood. And this is like a yearly mood tracker. So you've got all the months at the top and all the days of the months down the bottom. So you go through each box and you color in what mood represented that day. And it's so much fun. I love mood trackers, so I'm like so excited about this. Before every single monthly spread and weekly spread, there is a page where you can set out your goals for the month. There's also a little water tracker thing for each day that you can fill out. This is gonna keep me motivated to actually drink more water, because like I'll be wanting to fill it out all the way up to 2 liters. And I'm also a shopaholic, so there's a little expense tracker kind of situation. And my second favorite thing about bullet journaling is having a habit tracker. And every single month has a little habit tracker looking very cute. You can write down all your habits and then fill out for each day whether you stuck to the habit or not. It's really good to keep you motivated and organized throughout the whole year, so I love habit trackers for that. I forgot to mention this diary is actually undated, so if you wanted to save it for 2021, you could do that. Or if you wanted to start the diary like right now, you could do that. Or if you wanted to start the diary halfway through the year in June, you could totally do that. It's really up to you. And this whole journal in general is like so aesthetically pleasing, you guys. Oh, also another cool thing for all my ladies out there, there's a period tracker. Oh my goodness, this is literally going to save my life, because the worst thing is when you want to wear like light colored pants but you don't know when your period's gonna come. Well, this period tracker's kind of got your back. So those were just a couple of pages that I really loved from this journal. Now let's do the fun part, which is planning for 2020. Let's go. First things first, a mood board. I love making mood boards because 1, they're super fun, and 2, I am a very visual person, so I find mood boards to be super inspiring. So I just went on Pinterest and printed off a bunch of photos that I really liked, and I kind of went for a pink aesthetic because I've just been really vibing with pinks lately, and I just found that the pink went really well with the overall theme of the bullet journal. Also, here I am struggling to figure out the placement of all the photos because I just really wanted to make sure that everything went really well together and that all the photos kind of like fitted in really well next to each other. Once I figured out where I wanted all my photos to go, it was time to get sticking. And oh my gosh, you guys, I am so obsessed with how this mood board turned out. I think it's super cute and I feel like it just fitted in with my overall aesthetic. I love that this diary has so many blank pages at the back where you can create your own page and just really let your creativity run wild. It's super customizable and you can do whatever you want, and I just love it so much. Anyways, are you guys ready for the grand reveal of my mood board? Ta-da! I love it so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of my mood board because I am seriously so obsessed. As I mentioned earlier, I am the worst when it comes to remembering people's birthdays, so I decided to use the Let's Party page to write down all my friends and family's birthdays, so I don't miss anyone's birthdays in 2020. Also, doing this page totally made me realize that I really vibe with Geminis because most of my friends' birthdays land in June, so it must be a special Leo and Gemini connection. For this page, I wrote down what I wanted to do more of and what I wanted to do less of in 2020. And as the year goes by, I am just going to keep adding onto the list until it's all filled out. But some examples of what I wrote to do more of, I wanted to do more thrifting, more journaling, more listening to podcasts, and things that I wanted to do less of included shopping, procrastinating, overthinking. I just think overall this is really going to keep me on top of all my habits. Can do it like you. Next up, we have self-care, which we all know I preach about in literally every single video. But for real though, I think self-care is so important and every single person needs to take time out of their week to have a little bit of a self-care day. This page from the Supre Foundation Diary actually comes with 4 different categories of self-care, as well as ideas that you can do for self-care and some space to add in your own ideas because, let's be real, everyone's definition of self-care is different. Now let's do some goal setting for January 2020. This diary is really cool because for every single month there is a set your goals page where you can write down a bunch of goals that you want to achieve for that month. So it's basically like a New Year's resolutions but for every month instead of a whole year. And these goals can be small or big, whatever you want, and they can ultimately lead to your overall resolution for the whole year. And these goals are actually broken down into different sections of health, money, relationships, personal, career, and other. So it really does keep you organized when it comes to goal setting, which is really awesome. Flipping the page over, we have one of my favorite spreads, which is the habit tracker. I just wrote down a bunch of habits that I wanted to track in January, and as each day goes by, I will be coloring in the habits that I stuck to that day. This is a great way to stay motivated and keep track of your goals. The last thing I'm doing to prepare for 2020 is outlining my top 3 resolutions, which are to focus on my YouTube channel, get a full-time job, and travel more often. And underneath these goals, I'm writing down a bunch of things that is going to help me achieve these resolutions. Anyways, that concludes today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the Supre Foundation Diary. All proceeds go towards empowering girls globally.